Hi guys, I'm Nisa. So here I want to share you about a very special book to everyone who wants to teaching, who wants to enhance a skill. So this is the book. Okay, first. Hi, future educators and teaching enthusiasts. Have you ever wondered what really makes a teacher great? What are these core skills that separate an average lesson from an unforgettable one? So, if you are in teacher training, just started teaching, or even if you're an experienced educator who wants to sharpen your craft, there's a book I highly recommend you to read. This is Essential Teaching Skills by Chris Kiriakou. So, Chris Kiriakou is a professor of educational psychology at the University of York, and his experience in teacher education science throughout this book, it's not just theory heavy or abstract. It's practical, direct, and incredibly relevant to classroom practice. In fact, essential teaching skills is considered a must-read in many teacher training programs across the UK and beyond. It breaks down the complexities of teaching into manageable, understandable, and applicable parts. So let's dive into what makes this book so powerful and why you should read it. So, the book outlines core teaching competencies that every effective teacher should master. Some of the key across areas it explores are lesson planning and preparation, classroom management discipline, explaining and questioning technique, assessment and feedback, motivating student differentiation and inclusion, managing group work, and yes, even dealing with challenging behavior. Each chapter gives you real classroom example and tips you can immediately apply whether you're teaching in a primary, secondary, or even higher education setting. Let me tell you what makes this book really stand out is how practical and focused it is. This isn't a book full of jargon. Kirichio writes in a clear, concise way that respects your time. He understands that teachers are busy, and that's why they really need is a guidebook they can refer to again and again. For example, in the chapter on classroom management, he doesn't just say maintain discipline. He outlines technique like using proximity, eye contact, and assertive tone. Simple, specific, and effective. And then in the chapter on questioning, he teaches you how to balance open versus closed questions and how to give thinking time, not just rapid fire answer. That's the kind of detail that turns a good teacher into a great one. Okay, now you might ask, what will or get from reading this book, right? So there are four. The first one is confidence. You will feel more prepared going into your lesson because you'll understand the core technique that work in any classroom. And then the second one is structure. Teaching is complex, but this book gives you a framework to build on. You'll learn how each part of your lesson, from the start to the end, serves a purpose. And the third one is adaptability. Why? Because whether you're teaching online, face to face, or in a large class, the book gives you flexible strategies that you can tailor to different settings. And the fourth one is reflection. Kirichio encourage self-evaluation. After reading a chapter, you'll start asking, do I do this already? Could I try this differently? And that's how real growth happens. And then, if you are a student teacher preparing for your practicum, a new teacher trying to find your footing, and a mentor or senior teacher looking for a refresher, a curriculum designer or education student wanting to understand the teaching process, then this is your book. Even if you're just about the craft of teaching, this book is readable, engaging, and genuinely eye-opening. So, essential teaching skills also helped me break it down. It reassured me that effective teaching isn't about being perfect, it's about being prepared, responsive, and reflective. This book made me realize good teaching is a skill, and like any skill, it can be learned and sharpened, and that's empowering. So, if you want to feel more confident, effective, and grounded as a teacher, or simply understand what makes a lesson work, please do yourself a favor and pick up a copy of Essential Teaching Skills by uh, Chris Correa Chow. You will return to it again and again throughout your teaching journey, because teaching is more than uh, delivering content. It's about making learning happen, and this book, it shows you how. Thanks for watching or listening. Now go make a difference one lesson at a time. Thank you for watching.